Okay, so today's victim is a loco that doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the mother of a friend. It's a Bassett-Lowke Flying Scotsman. It says 2.5 inch gauge, but I think these days we'd call it a gauge 3, so it is 2.5 inch, but the scale is slightly different. It's quite a sad story behind this one. My friend's mother's ex-husband took it to pieces, and when they split up, he actually took it with them and took the cab off and what have you. And eventually she managed to get it back from the ex-husband, but missing the cab, and obviously quite a lot of bits seem to be not attached anymore. So and this is quite distressing to my friend's mum, because the loco was built by her father. So what she'd like, I think, is to have it back in one piece. So really a cosmetic rebuild. So I'm hoping most of the parts are here. I've got a pot full of bits here, so it looks like quite a bit of the valve gear's there, and there is some fastenings. So I think most of the valve gear is there, but it's just not attached properly. So we'll give it a damn good clean, because obviously it's been sat in some despair room for a long time, so it's got a bit furry. So we'll give it a good clean, and then we'll assess what parts are missing. So okay, so that's a quick clean up on the tender. It doesn't look too bad. The paintwork has gone a little bit funny, but it's not too bad. I've just been spraying it with panel wipe, so hopefully that won't damage the paint. Overall, it's not too bad condition. One of the steps there is bent a little bit. That's not too bad. All the axle boxes work okay, except for this one, which looks like it's had a bit of a knock. So we should be able to spread, I think just the horn cheeks have got mashed together a little bit. So we should be able to sort that out. That shouldn't be a big problem. This is a meths burning loco. So we've got the water at the front with a hand pump. A meths tank to the rear, which is filled there, and then this is a tap, so you can regulate the flow of meths. So that all seems to be complete. Obviously the paintwork's a little bit scratchy. Yeah, so that's that. So it's quite nicely made, actually. I like the corridor coach detail. The rivets are a little bit big over scale, but you know, for the time, it's pretty nice. So we've got a few interesting things to look at while it's on its side at the moment. This is a displacement lubricator, so we've got a very nice drain cock on the side there. I say most of the valve gear looks okay. The piston rods are good. We're basically missing a bolt for that, and the bolt for the big little end. The axle pump is there, and that spins freely. That's pretty nice. Here you can see it's still actually got the wicks in place, which is pretty cool. So eight very big meths burners there in the firebox. So it's a dry backhead type boiler, this one. That's pretty nice to see. The front bogie stretcher is missing, so I need to sort that out. I need to make another one. We've got the front bogie, but no stretcher as far as I can see. So that's not a big deal. It's just I think it's just a flat bit of steel with 6 tapped holes in it, so not too complicated. Yep, so far so good. You can see where the burners are, that the firebox has got very warm there, so it's burnt the paint off. So I don't know if that's damaged the boiler or not. Actually, I'm not sure how the boiler works on this one. I need to have a look at the drawings. So we've got this side cleaned up a little bit. So I've noticed a few more problems with the valve linkage. So the reversing arm, or the actual pin, is loose in the wheel there. It may screw in, so I'll check the plans. If that's screwed in, I should be able to Loctite that back to the right position. This linkage here looks like it's been soft soldered. That's been damaged, so the reversing lever actually just doesn't do anything now. So there's quite a lot more surface rust on this side. I had to get a wire brush on the wheels just to get some of the surface rust from them. So this side is not in such good condition. Kind of looks like these are both on upside down. So that's possibly a problem. In fact, all of those rods are upside down now. I look at them, because the oil holes are at the bottom. I have noticed that the burner is loose as well. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be attached. So that's probably not a big deal for a cosmetic restoration. And the cylinder covers are a bit dinged up as well. I might be able to improve that a little bit. Paintwork's not so bad on this side. I've lost a few bolts, I guess, or rivets on this side. But I think this cylinder isn't sitting square to the frame either, so that may be an issue. I'm not sure. Is the frame a bit bent maybe? I'll clean up all these next, all the bits that we've got, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, that's the box of random assorted bits cleaned up as well. So we've got obviously we've got the front bogie, another set of steps. I need to figure out where they're from. Quite a few screws actually. So things like this are quite handy because they're, or bolts rather, because they have the plain shoulder on them. So that's possibly for the end of the com rod, hopefully. A bag of random shizwang here, which I don't think is anything, none of this is to do with the logo. But we've got the connecting rods. That's the reversing rod. There's another. It's all gone a bit magnetic. There's another bolt there, missing its nut. We've got a few nuts and screws and things in there as well. So I'm going to let the solvent flash off, and then we'll start trying to put it back together. But yeah, it's a bit cleaner anyway.